Today is, you see that there is Sunday, July 13th. Okay, yeah, so it's Sunday, July 13th, 2025. Okay, there we go. Okay, now, this out of the way, this in your pocket. Okay, here is a national, whatever, anyway, just a plain cassette. So, hear how that sounds, right? Okay. Now I just want to get this out of here. Take that, put this in here. Oops, wrong way. Goes this way. So, it plays. Okay. However, it does not rewind. Now, you can only see it through this little window right here. So I'm going to take that out. Put this in so you can see it through the little tiny window. Not the same music, but real close. So, there, can you see it rolling along? Okay, right there. Now, if I hit stop, hit fast forward, it does that, but it kicks out. Hit rewind, and it kicks out, doesn't do anything. Okay, so, that doesn't work. Now, while we're at it, the radio. Radio works. Radio works. All right, so enough of that. So we know everything works. Cassette player plays. It does not rewind or fast forward. I did a little reading online. This model had someone in Reddit, R-E-D-D-I-T, that website. They said that, hey, they've got this model here, and what is it? That anyway, it played, but it didn't fast forward or rewind. So I'm just going to disconnect the speakers here, so we don't need them to unassemble this model. All right, they're in here pretty well. There we go. That's awesome. This is this one, right? And that speaker. I've never worked on this model before, and then we just press the button and slide it off. There's that one, and then here's slide this off. Great. So now we just have the main unit. There's the main unit. Okay. Speakers. Okay. Let me get my handy dandy screwdriver. Let me get my headlight on. Headlight on. And, okay, so in the battery compartment is no screws in the battery compartment. We will take this, put this into the happy collection bag. Alright, so you know which one this goes to. There it is. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Okay. See if I can get them out with this. If not, I'll have to use a. Alright, well here, I'm gonna do it here because I'm easier for me to. Well, okay. Let's do it this way. Got it on there, right? So, okay. It didn't like number 1. Let's try number 2. Here's a vessel. It's a GIS screwdriver. So, oh, this has never been opened. Really? Well, oh God. just won't open. Let's try a different screw. Okay. Maybe it doesn't like that. Let's try number 1. This is a no-name brand, number 1 right there. Okay. This might not be long enough. It's not long enough. Wow. Okay. Let's go back to a different. So those are really tiny. Okay. That's the number 3. Alright, well, now we're going to have some fun here. Let's see. So, not that one, not that one. Maybe this one. Alright, so. Okay, now I'm on there. Okay, so. Take this one off of there. I have to crank this all the way up. Alright, so. There's one screw out. Okay, so let's put this back out of the way. Got our magnetic holder thing. There we go. Alright, let's come back to this screw with this one. Okay. By the way, this is a JIS tip. Okay. If you don't know what JIS stands for, it stands for Japanese Industrial Standard, which I bought these. Let's see here. Not moving. Here. Yeah. You've got to be kidding me. That rounded off. Golly, cheap metal. Okay, let's go over here to this side. There it is. That there. Okay. Damn. Oh my God. Nope. Wow. So, in the center here. Okay. Whoa. Talk about a tight fit. pulled the bit right out of the screwdriver. So now we're back down to this one here. Okay. Well, okay, give me a shot of air in there, because, yeah, get some bits out. Alright, so that's fun. That's just, maybe I didn't round it off, hit some. Alright, so. Okay, now it's in there again. Alright, so. There it goes. Wow. That was really in there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the fan on because it's hot in here. Alright, so a little bit of noise. No. Okay, so here it is. Let's open the cassette deck door. Wait. Stop. Reject it. My tape out of there. Okay, so now let's take the front off, right? Let's see, do I have to pull these off? Don't know. Maybe they'll just pull through. I'm not so sure, but maybe. Let's see. So, oh, there we go. That was it. Yeah, so it just falls off. Okay, so we have what? The, oh no, this is one of these geared tuner things. So, that's not fun. So don't touch the tuner, okay? Don't touch the tuner at all. So, there's that. So now here's the inside, alright? And, let's see here. Okay, we need the front to see the controls. Right? So like that. So, record, play, rewind, and fast forward. Okay. Well, I'm not even going to try and play it. I'm just going to. Okay, here's the motor up here. We're just going to take out 2 screws, and the cassette deck will come out. Okay. And the recording bar switch is up here, so that shouldn't have anything to do with anything. This is the head wires right here going to the side of the recording bar switch. Okay, so let's just get a number 1 screwdriver, which is this one. Okay, and just take this out. Okay, there's that one. Here, put that in the magnetic thing. There we go. And then that out. All right, there we go. So now, let's see here. Lift this up and out, and okay, well, it's just one belt. That's funny. I like this. Okay, see this right here? This is a pulley. Okay, here, let me zoom this thing in so you all can see this. Wait, do I have a remote control? I do. Great. Let's just use the remote because I don't want to mess these controls up any. Alright, so unfortunately I can't do this for the Facebook people, but the guy 6 years ago opened this thing up and he saw a drive belt going from the motor right here to the flywheel, which is right there, which turns the capstan, and through a bunch of gears here on the front. Let's see here. If I turn the flywheel from the back, if I put it in play mode, let's see here. If I put it in play mode, this jumps over. Is that right? No. Wait, his stop. Stop is Stop is the second one from this end, so that's stop. This is play. I put it in play mode, right? And if I rotate the play wheel, okay, you can, wait. Yeah. If I rotate the play wheel, you can see the, wait, yeah. You see the that going like that, okay? You can see that going like that, all right? You see that moving through. Well, this one's rotating like it's supposed to, okay? Now if we hit stop, which is the second button over, that's this. If we hit rewind or fast forward, okay? This little gear right here is not moving at all to go over to either side because it's not under any kind of tension, because there's no belt going to it. This is what moves right here, and this is under tension. And well, actually, okay, there is a little bit of pulley in here. I mean, not pulley, but tire pulley stuff. Right, so here, let me get out a napkin, okay? Get out a napkin. A paper towel might be better. Okay, here, here's some paper towel. Alright, so I'm still really clear. Let me wide out so you can see better. That's pretty good. Alright, so, okay, get a towel out. And couldn't see anything because it wasn't there. Alright, because the darn thing fell out and disintegrated and all that. But here is the issue. If I get it between my finger and that. See that there? It's gone to tar. Okay, so get on the napkin here. The belt has gone to tar. See that? Wait, yeah, you can see that. It's gone to tar. Okay. So to replace this, okay, we have to get it underneath flywheel, which means we have to remove the motor. Because you got to get it underneath the flywheel. And to get underneath the flywheel, you can't get it past this here because the belt's in the way. So we've got to simply remove the motor, and then like I was showing Nathan the other day. Let's see here. Anyway, let me just go ahead and remove the motor. There's only one screw to remove the motor. I wish I could undo this from here, but let's see. I don't know if I can. Let's see here. 1, 2. Well, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to keep it simple. Right, so give me one screw, unscrew this. All right. So here's. Oh no, it's going to be fun. It's on here pretty tight, probably a. See, what am I hurting? Anything? Okay. Yeah. Just hold this best I can and ram this thing in here. Oh, I don't want to run that. Oh boy. Okay, let's can we get the whole business on here? Let's get the whole business on here. Right. And this is a foam rubber here, right here. You can't see that. Let me wide all the way out. This is foam rubber here. Okay. It's foam rubber. So get here and bear down. So, yeah. Hope I got it. I think I got it. I hope I didn't round it out. I did get it. Great. So, and there's that little tiny machine thread screw. We'll put that in the thing. And now we'll hopefully lift up the motor. Let's see here. Is there another screw? No, it's just clipped in place. So, we just raise this up, right? And, oh boy, alright. So I didn't take any pictures of the inside of this because this is so simple to come apart. Alright, so there's that. Let me get my little hook. Take this belt off. Okay. There's the belt. There's that belt off of there. Take the belt off. Well, we just pull the whole thing out. I don't care. See, is there a, there is, I think. Let's see here. Oh, okay, this is locked in place because there's not a bracket to hold the plywood in place, but we still need to get the belt off. Alright. Alright, I just can't finagle this out of here, so I have to just pick it up and out. Yeah, there we go, get that out of the way. Now, what I want to do is I want to take a Q-tip and get some denatured alcohol, which I have. I have a big thing over there, but I have a little bit of it right here in this container. So, well, not any in here. Well, okay. Well, here, let's just do this real quick. Get these. Oh, golly. All right. So that. These are all my extra, pickup things, right? Put this down here over the way. Get this. And get my flat tip screwdriver. Open this up. Open this up, put that back. Alright, then open this up. Okay. Open that up, open this up. Pour this out of there, right? So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're full of that. This back. This is denatured alcohol, people. Okay. Alright. This back. Okay, what's in the way? No, okay. Alright, put all our extra things we have sitting on top of all this. Goes there. And then the big one goes there. The one that's kind of sort of broken, it can go right there. Okay. And we got two more we don't need because we're already using one. That's 4 and 5. We have 7 of these things. So here's one right here. And here's the 7th one. So let's put this back. I'll need that later. Okay, so now we got this. Here's some Q-tips. I use the industrial strength Equate 750 count from Walmart. Woohoo! There's a plug. A couple of those. Like this. Pull the end off of this a little bit so it'll be somewhat tighter. Dip it in there. Run this up underneath the pulley. Spin the pulley with my finger. Okay. And nothing. So still clean. Let's go to the big flywheel pulley thing, right? And run that underneath there and spin the flywheel. Okay. And voila, look at that. We got some black stuff. Okay, so I'm going to carefully pull the end off of this a little bit. Try to flatten it. It's easier if I just grab it with a pair of pliers. So just grab it with a pair of pliers. Okay. Like that, flatten it. Okay. Leave that here. Stick it in here. Stick this up underneath here again. Rotate flywheel capstan thing. Okay. Not getting it all in because I'm trying not to get this on my fingers from the other end. Well, I got a little bit. I'm going to throw that away because I don't want to get black stuff in my fingers and then you have black stuff everywhere. So, give me another. Go through some more Q-tips here. So here, get that. Your pliers. Pull the end off a little bit, like that. Okay. And then dip it in here. And let's see if we. Well, we really can't move this thing, so. I have to work with it right there. Okay, so this, it'll come clean. Let's see, I've gone, well, nope, went a complete circle. I'm just going to throw it. Give me another one. I got one here. Again, pliers or pressure. Okay, so pliers. Pull the end off. There we go. Dip it and slip it. So, yeah. Wow, look at that. Whole lot of gunk. Got to keep doing this until it comes clean, right? So there we go, that, this here. Stick it in there and rotate plywood. Okay. No, got more. Check that. Give me another one. Yeah, I've come across this kind of deck before in the Lasonic. The Lasonic, yeah, there's the Lasonic and a couple of the models I think of that use this. I think General Electric uses this tape deck mechanism. See, there's just a whole big bunch of that. I'm not gonna finagle. And why am I doing this? Because I don't want this stuff, which is somewhat slippery, to involve with the new belt that I'll put up in here, and I don't want this contaminating the other belt, right? Thankfully I have a headlight I can see right down in here and see this other pulley, which is getting cleaner. Yeah, still got stuff. Alright. Too bad I can't take the flywheel off, but it's locked in place and I don't want to break the little clip that's holding it in place because it looks like it's made out of plastic right there. So I don't want to break that, because once you break it, then you can't, the flywheel will not stay in place. It's made cheaply, but hey, it works. So more junk, right? Another Q-tip. Thank God I got 750 Q-tips here. Yeah. So are you seeing? Yeah, you're seeing me. Okay. I don't know about the Facebook crowd, but they're right there. I just can't zoom them in. The only way I could zoom them in would actually be bring the whole thing over here. No. Just all day. See if I can just dip and go. How about that? Let's just try that. No, because it's kind of hard to get this up under here. No. I'm getting less, but I'd rather flatten the tip like I've been doing and get up under here, so I'm going to do that. So I just find it just beyond the cardboard tip and then just make it a little flatter. Dip and go. Okay. For those of you that are interested, this is a little tiny diced pimento jar, okay, that I'm using here, but this is so much more convenient than try to dipping into that thing. So, let's see, yeah, we're getting just sporadic spots here, but there we go. No, that's not real good. Let's try it again. What was it? Somebody asked me a question about a JVC PC70 that I have for sale. From 11 months ago I made a video and the guy pops up and says, "Hey, you want to buy it?" It's like, "Sure." And then he goes and I tell him $230 for shipping when I discovered he lives in Austria. So, you know, because I got it anyway. And then he said, "That's too much." He said, "I can get them for 120 bucks, but they don't work. 120 bucks, but then you got to fix it. You got to take it apart. Got to go through all that I went through here to take that thing apart. It's an auto reverse deck. Find the right belt for it, because it can't be too tight, can't be too loose, and it's got to be the right thickness." Okay, still got stuff on here, right? And do all that, and then go through all the stuff that you got to go through to make that thing work, and then make it all work. And he balked. I told him, "Well, go ahead. You go ahead and buy the darn thing off eBay, and you fix it." You know. That's why I make the videos. That's why I'm making this video. Let's see here. Well, I think that well, shucks. I want to do this till it gets clean. I mean, till I can stick it around here and go around and be totally no black stuff, right? Well, so come on now. I don't see any. Well, just specks now. Just specks. Little tiny bits. You know. So dip. And go. Yeah, this will play all day long, but it won't ever fast forward or rewind. Because it doesn't have the secondary belt that goes up underneath here, which I know about. Okay, now, let's see if I can get the other end usage out of it. So before I had a big bunch of stuff on the end and it would be enough to transfer, but let's see, well, yeah, okay, so yeah, we're down to just surface stuff. So yeah, I'm good. I'm going to call it quits. I've been here all day doing that. So now I want to go back to the small wheel, which is the first wheel. Okay, which I was doing this. Okay, so now this is the actual driven wheel, the wheel that drives the gears and such. I'm going to go around it and make sure that I don't have any black stuff on it, but that's the one actually turning the thing right now. Okay, and that's clean. All right, so now, and all right, here, stick it back up under here again. How many times did I do this? I don't know. Is anybody counting? Does anybody care to count? Anybody can play back the video and count how many Q-tips I used? So, well, I'm still getting stuff out here. I mean, I really would like to have none up under here, but there's none on the motor spindle. Okay, well, look at that. Okay. Where am I getting that? Am I getting that from somewhere? Well, alright, I'm good. Alright, so here, let's close this up for the time being, because I come back to it in a moment or two. So now, I need, okay, let me I'll tell you what, give me this thing here. Alright, this will be few seconds of famousness, right? Let me get this without being very careful. Alright, so at what time in the... See that? Do I have a pick? Where's my pick? It's my pick. See this? There's a pulley that goes right in. Wait, can you see it? There's the pulley, right there, right where this pick is at. Okay? And then, really hard to see, but there's another pulley up underneath there. But let me just show you when I go and put a belt in there. Alright, so put this back on the tripod. Alright, here's a tripod. Alright, put this back on the tripod. See, can I zoom in while I'm doing this? Kinda, maybe. Let's see here. Can I do that? Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. So I zoomed in. Now I need what? I need belts. Okay. So here I zoomed in, and that's all I did. All right. So let's get my only new belts. Right? And I have all kinds of belts. I think this is the latest. That's used. I have 2 bags of used belts. All right, we'll get those out of the way. Wait, that's the better thing. This is 105 length. It's not new. Okay, this was. That's not going to have the size I need. Let's put these on the floor. All right. About here. No. These are 0.7 millimeter thin. Okay? Anyway, we're not using those for that because it's not a Walkman. Okay, so here's a 2024 belt. This one has a fair selection of what I might need, I think. So let's see. So I'll get this out. So we will just. Yeah, this is I don't know how many are in this pack, but that's a brand new pack. Another brand new pack. Never been opened by me. And then here's a. Okay. Well, these are brand new. And I know I have a pack of smaller belts here, but this is not it. This is, for the most part, bigger belts, and none of these are going to fit in there. So we will put this back in here. Okay. Let's see here. These are going to be too big. That's too big. Well, see, I don't know what size belt it is, but alright, so I might be able to do something with that. How about these? Okay, maybe something out of there. And not this one and not that one. That's going to be too big. So let's see what we got here. I have enough to work with. And we can put these new ones back in the bag. We're not going to need to get into there with that. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm going to say this belt here, which I don't have my measuring stick with me, but it's about that big. Of course, you just. So I'm going to take this and drag this around here, around the flywheel. Okay. And then I'm going to get my pick. Here's my pick. Okay. My pick. And just kind of lay it up underneath there. Okay. And then try to catch the flywheel thing. Well, this might be the right size. Wait. No. Well, no. It's also not on there. Let's see if we can catch this around the flywheel. Okay. Okay, now it's on there, but it is on everything, and it's turning it, but it's way too loose. way too loose. So we're going to go, now that we know that works, but it's too big, right? Get that off of there. Alright, so this works, but it's too big, okay? I'll go to the next step down. What's the next step down? Got that big. That's too big. That's too big. That is what we used, okay? This is, what is this? That's too big. Alright, so none of these. So we'll put these back in that bag. We'll keep this one out because we know it's, wait, what bag came out of? This one. Alright, so we'll put these back. These are new. Well, I want to see what this belt is. This is the belt we took off the drive belt, and that one's a bit larger. Okay. This one I need, maybe. This is the one that came off, right? And that's a bit larger, okay? And that one looks to be about the same size right there. So now I want to do a so this is the one that came off. This one I may put on there, so I'll put that on the cassette. This is the one I'm still looking for. Okay, so this down here, give me another bag of belts. Oh, here we go. What's that? This might have the intermediate size I'm looking for. So, some of my bags have big belts in them, some have small belts, and some are labeled as to what size belts they are, but okay. And if I had my measuring stick out here, I'd be able to do that, but I don't. So, I'm just doing this by eyeball and feel and all that, right? So, it's going to be way too small, way too small. Okay. And these are way too big, right? Actually, that one would work, and that's too big. Okay, they're all too big. All right, so let's just see if I can do this way. All right, so no. Big belt. That could work. No, that's a big belt as well. Okay. Alright, so that's the same size as all that. So, nope, too big. Okay. How about this? Not big enough. Alright, well. None of these are going to work. I have to go to a new bag of belts here. So, okay, so not that one. Still got belts to go through. So what's in here? Ah, this is the one that, yeah, this is the one with the cheapy bag. This is the newest pack of 100 belts. Okay, and then these are, this came out of, oops, I don't need this. Oh, come on now. Don't know where that came from, but I'll put that later somewhere. Okay. This will probably have what I'm looking for. This is a 100 pack of belts, which has a lot of duplicates, and this has a full range of sizes. I know because I'm the one who opened it. So here we go. This is going to be probably pretty close to what I need. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so yeah, that's the same size. Right? So I do want one of these. Right? That's the same size. Same size. There we go. That's getting. Let's see. Let's stop there. No. Oh, wait, fine. All right. So it's still all the same size. Looks like, sadly. I know there's another step down. Definitely bigger. Let's try this here. Put this over here. That's going to be too small, but I'm going to think about it. Okay, so here we got a bunch that are, I think, the same size, but I hope not. Okay, so. Alright, that's the same. No. Alright, let's see here. That's going to go there. Okay, that's. I'll think about that. Alright. Well, I'm keep looking because it's either way too big or way too small. None of these. What is this here? That's the same size. No, that's the same size as that. That. Okay. There we go. That's it. This will be the one. Yeah. Okay, so now, where's my pick? Get my pick. Is it around there? It's turning it, but now the question is, can I see, when I go to press, okay, I'm holding the flywheel with one finger. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. And I'm holding the flywheel with one finger and I'm trying to rotate this and it won't rotate, which means the belt is tight. And if I take, let's see, if I go like this, I can turn the flywheel, and if I go here, I can turn that. But this is definitely the right tension. Okay, it's not too tight, it's not binding or anything like that. Now this is the original drive belt here, and I want to see if I can get something just a hair smaller. Let's see here. Actually, I think I did all that. No. Well, okay. Anyway.